It's your friendly neighborhood DJ, Jazz Hands here.
Hey, it's your boy Rod here again.
And we're here, looks a little bit different, which is fine. We got some cool stuff. This might maybe be our new home, might not be. We might switch stuff around, but we'll see what happens. But we're here to talk about Princess Mononoke. Yes, the 20th anniversary to Princess Mononoke, which had a really cool music video that's like been exclusive, not really seen in North America, and that is called On Your Mark. And it played before the film, and we're going to have the link to it down below. I was able to find it, and so it's really cool. I highly recommend checking it out if you're interested in a really cool music video that Studio Ghibli and Miyazaki did for a band in Japan, and so it's really cool, really cool.
So old school anime.
Yeah, very futuristic, kind of something that we haven't seen. Before its time. Something that we really haven't seen from Miyazaki too much. He normally does like the older school style, old villages and stuff. And so to see it in like a futuristic, like Ghost in the Shell, Cowboy Bebop type setting is really cool. Really, really cool. Yeah, you have to check that out. So follow the link below. But we're here to talk about Princess Mononoke. So this is your favorite movie of all time.
And we got to go to the 20th anniversary.
Yeah, which it was a complete honor, and it was so cool to get to see this film because it's been years since I've watched this movie.
It's been years since I've seen it also, and as soon as it started, I was like, "Oh wow, it's coming back to me." Ashitaki.
Yeah, Ashitaki. Yeah. I remember that. I remember, because it's one of those movies that when you think of Studio Ghibli, you think of stuff like Spirited Away, My Neighbor Totoro, Kiki's Delivery Service, and you don't think how dark he can kind of get, and he can get dark. And this is one of his much more darker films, and so I remember when I was a kid, when I first saw it, and even seeing it again, in the movie theaters. Wow, the part where Princess Mononoke tries to get rid of a poison or sucks some blood out of a wolf and spits it out. I was like, this is gonna be different than Princess Mononoke, than anything I've seen from Studio Ghibli before.
Yeah, this is one of the more adult movies. Definitely.
Yeah.
There's a lot of gory blood parts, stuff like that.
Yeah, gory. I mean, people getting their heads shot clean off. People getting their arms shot clean off. Boars decaying, dying. It's a pretty, for Studio Ghibli, it's pretty mature. And I kind of wish he'd do more films like this.
Yeah, it's definitely out of that realm of slice of life films that he usually does.
Yeah, the sweet kind of films where it has an overall kind of arcing story that's just that generally you don't feel like there's that much danger. There's danger. This, you feel the weight of everything. You feel what's going on. It's a very fun and interesting movie. So for you, Rod, has it held up after 20 years?
Oh yeah, it's definitely held up. Pretty much the same thing that I recall from the limited edition Blu-rays and all that. I bought they didn't have Blu-ray back then, but I had the limited edition, special edition DVD back in the day, and it's the same thing, just a good, if you haven't seen it in 5 years,
yeah,
a good movie to go back and oh shoot, I went back, I was like, oh shoot, that surprised me.
I agree. It's held up quite a lot. It's I had a couple problems with it.
So to start off, how'd you like the animation?
Well, the animation, I mean, it's a Studio Ghibli film, so the animation's always fantastic. And I remember when we were doing our Spirited Away review. 15th anniversary review, we were talking about how crisp the animation is and how there was a lot going on and everything like that. This type of animation for this, and I don't know if it's because of the time or if he just decided to try it with this art style and then a couple years later with Spirited Away, try it in a different style. But I kind of like the art style more in this because it's a lot more subtle. There's not too much going on in the background. You can just kind of sit back and like watch it and view it and just kind of take it all in, and it's a lot easier to digest, more so than some of the other, at least with Spirited Away. So I mean, it's a Miyazaki film, so visually it's beautiful. They have sometimes weird running animations. I've noticed, like the animals run fine, but once in a while the people, like when the girls were getting chased by the demon boar and they were running, there's like just this weird, I don't know what they do, but it's like a weird, like it shows them running and they're just like booking it. And I've noticed that he always kind of does like running a little bit weird in some of his films. And I also realized something, that he definitely does take a lot of inspiration. I mean, there's of course overall arcing stories with, respect Mother Nature, respect the old ways and also elders. Kind of embrace the new ways and to compromise instead of, your way's not right. And the person that you're trying to go up against, their ways aren't wrong either, even though you think that they're wrong. So two sides, same coin kind of situation.
Yeah, it's always about coming together at the end.
And the compromise of everything. But I also noticed that with this and even Spirited Away, this, because I told you, I remember we were talking in the car, that it reminded me a lot of Jungle Book, at least with Princess Mononoke. Reminded me a lot of kind of Jungle Book and Mowgli, but like if
His
Mowgli, his theory, but like if Mowgli went to war with man instead of,
well, he kind of did.
But I digress. And Spirited Away is kind of like Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
So there's that connection kind of there with Disney. So I can understand why Disney would
think about that.
Totally, yeah. I think that there was a lot of cool kind of connections between some of the old fairy tales, and that's where you kind of see the influence in this film, as well as, like I said before, respecting nature and everything like that.
So the whole Disney aspect.
Well, not just Disney, like old kind of fairy tales and folklores and stuff. So you can kind of
like Disney.
Yeah, yeah. I guess you can see the real influences he's had while making these films. But like I said earlier, you're gonna
what?
Not like it. The problem that I have with it.
Oh man.
Some of the voice acting, not all. There was a lot of good voice acting in this, but some of the voice acting, some of the lines were just read a little dry and really unenthusiastic.
This is coming from a guy that is a voice actor, so of course he's going to critique that part.
I want to be voice actor. First off, let's put that out there.
Oh, well, I gave him too much esteem then.
I'm working on it, but it's just one of those things where they didn't sound enthused. Like he's chasing the main character's kind of chasing like a boar and stuff, and he's like Ashitaki, is chasing like a boar, and he's just kind of like, no, please go away, Mr. Boar. We don't want your breath. Like it just sounded really dry.
You sure?
Yeah,
that's not what I heard.
I heard it dry.
I heard him kind of like. Sort of like praying, but then there's other speaking at the same time.
But then there's like other stuff that he's done where it's just kind of like he could care less. It's just like a little problem that I had with the film. But other than that, I mean, it is one of the better Miyazaki films. It goes.
I mean, these were some top voice actors. Claire Danes. The play San, and then you got the other boar guy, the older boar guy.
No, okay, Keith David, the narrator. David. Okay, look, he's fantastic,
and
he's a voice actor. Yeah. They also had Tara Strong in the film, who was only kind of in the beginning, but She was fantastic.
And Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton was in it, but I think he's been in a couple other Miyazaki films. I think he might be in one or two. I'm not really 100% sure, but it's one of those things, and I've noticed Hollywood sometimes does this, but in order to kind of rake in money when it's at the theaters, they'll use actors instead of voice actors.
But nobody really pays attention to that.
Some people do, though.
I've never heard of it. I've never heard anybody paying attention to that.
Some people do, though. It's like I said, it's just a minor little gripe.
I think they try and get the best people that can actually do it, and those people aren't actually the best people to kind of do it because they've never done it. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's what I'm saying too, because I've looked and see if they've done any other voice work who are in this, and they haven't done.
Typically, no, they haven't done any other voice work. And so there's kind of the one little problem, but But Keith David was like,
oh no, Keith. Okay, look, you get Goliath in anything. Whenever he was on screen, you get chills. He has that voice. He was beautiful. Like I said, only a few of them just seemed kind of dry. At certain moments. Other than that, like I didn't really have a problem with the film. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
thought it was a lot of fun. Had good moments. Good overall story. I don't know what the hell was up with the people in the beginning. Why it's just like, hey kid, you saved our village, and you're poisoned and you're gonna die. Bye, get out. We're not supposed to look at you. We don't care about you anymore.
It's like, I need you to leave. I need you to cut your hair, and I need you to leave so nobody sees you. You're dead. You're dead. It's like you can't even be a ghost around here.
It's like when kids turn 18 and their parents want them out of the house.
Yeah.
It's just, you're dead to me now. Get out of my house.
When you go off to college, don't come back.
Yeah, don't come back.
Don't come back.
You're pretty much dead to us, not because you're a jerk, but because we're ready to move on.
Don't come back. I'm ready to get all year-round housing.
Yeah, exactly. But anything else about the film, like that you could think of that you would want to talk about?
No, man, it just brought back all the feels of, running around the house saying Ashitaki, 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 just running around the house doing silly stuff like that. Like I remember that when I started seeing the movie, and I was like, oh man, that's where I got that from.
Yeah.
And so yeah, man, just childhood memories. Still a great movie, good story.
Yeah.
Didn't you have a problem with the beast guy like dying and?
Yeah, I mean, I did have a little bit of a problem, but it's more of a nitpick, where it feels like at the end, the humans were just kind of, they won, the bad guys kind of won, and
bad guys,
yeah, because we've been over this where they're kind of not really bad guys because they have their own kind of purpose and they have their own kind of story arc, and and that's where it's like the point of views. But the one thing that I do have is that like whenever we got introduced to the bad guy, the one British chick,
Shubaki, Princess Shubaki,
yeah, you knew she was a bad guy. There was like she had some redeeming qualities, but they never like really went into more redeeming qualities. Like, well, why do you really want to destroy the forest other than you're a jerk?
And she wants money.
Yeah, like it's greed, and I would have loved to have seen more behind the greed, more why she's greedy, more like, well, I want to buy more, I want to get more money so I can buy more people from the brothel so I can give them good homes or something like that. Like I would have liked just like a line or two of why she's, or
even something like, I want to build homes for these lepers that have been left on the street, something like that.
Yeah, exactly. But like she never felt like nothing but a bad guy to me.
Yeah.
And it would have been nice to have gotten that full story of, well, why is she doing this, so that you're not rooting for Keith David, the pig, and the wolf clans to actually kill these and wipe these people off, because they come off very ignorant and very
because they introduce her and she's like trying to prove to Ashitaki that she's not a bad person. Mm-hmm. She's like, yeah, I brought these whores in here and I gave them a real job and purpose and they can have a family here. Mm-hmm. And then I brought these lepers in to actually do something, have purpose, and not just die on the street or beg for money. Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, I brought all these people in here, Ashitaki, and he's like, oh, okay, cool. And then she just goes off into, but I gotta kill the forest and everything in it.
Yeah, it's like, what's that? And then like when they eventually kill the deer, which I do want to talk about, and thank you for reminding me. The music in this is phenomenal.
Way better than Spirited Away with the music all the time.
Yeah, because there were moments in this film where it got quiet. Like when something tragic happened or when something emotional happened, it got quiet and you just had to sit there and take it all in. Like when the big deer face thing got shot.
Forest God.
Yeah, when the forest god got shot, you had to sit there and take it. You had to sit there and watch as he does this, and it's quiet and it just adds to the ambiance, and it's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool how they did that. But like I was saying earlier, it just seemed like a little bit like the bad guys won. The forest was kind of reborn, and even though they changed their minds, like, hey, we're going to protect the forest now, they still killed the god.
Even though the forest didn't come back because there's no trees, there's a little grass.
That's still something, though.
There's a little grass there.
Still something than, like, dust and wasteland.
Not even really flowers there anymore. There's like 1,000 trees, like huge trees there, and like huge roots. Now it's just grass. So they got a soccer field now.
That's still something. So I mean, I'm not like I said, it's just like a little nitpick of mine, but like that was one of the things that kind of bothered me as well. But the music though was really good. Yeah. And the quiet moments were really good too, and I liked the quiet moments.
I love my scores. I love music scores of all movies. Mm-hmm. Just with other Miyazaki films, we see they're like really exuberant, and they like to play them all throughout the movie. Mm-hmm. But with this one, it was like maybe like 5 to 10 minutes where just like no music, no noise, just like scene. Take that in, and it's like that's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. I agree 100%. So, is there anything else that you want to talk about?
I think that's.
Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, what more can we say? It's been out for 20 years, and it's still a fantastic film. Yeah, definitely see it. I mean,
should have saw it.
Yeah, it's like I said.
Get the Blu-ray.
If you're on the fence, I recommend it. Yeah. If you're on the fence, definitely go check this out. Check this film out. Check this movie out because it is pretty fun. It's pretty fun, pretty cool.
But we want to thank Phantom Events. Mm-hmm. You want to thank Studio Ghibli, mm-hmm. G Kids.
Thank you guys.
We want to thank Hot Topic, mm-hmm. and we are powered by
89.5 The Wave, KCFV Ferguson,
and Flow Valley, the Forum newspaper.
Yep. Thank you guys both for allowing us to go and do this and to check out this awesome event and celebrate this awesome event with the 20th anniversary. I mean, 20 years. You know, I was 5 when this came out. So that's just crazy. You know, and hopefully within another 20 years.
I couldn't think of another 20 years.
It's gonna be still kicking. We're gonna get the super hologram version.
Yeah, you're gonna see me with an old white beard. Mm-hmm. But you guys, you can check out all the other stuff at the Express Team. Sorry, not the Express Team. No. Express Team Wave on YouTube. And you can get also on animepad.blog. Mm-hmm. You can get all our stuff that we do. animepad.blog. And then if you're also interested in some like interviews or anything else, check out facebook.com/thewavestl. I post everything that we do up there as well. So if you're curious, go check that out, and you can maybe get some more content, see what both of us have done in the past, interviews, definitely. Other stuff like this. We got One Piece coming up, which is going to be fun. Got One Piece coming up, folks. One Piece, the movie Gold.
One Piece Gold. It's going to be fun.
You can get that. It's awesome.
Yep. So we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys in the next video.
Yeah. Keep posted.
Yep. Bye, everybody.
All right. Love you.
I forgot to record.